This is the Barbados Today evening news for Friday, September 8th. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. A fifth man accused of the May murder of Ajay Smith has been remanded to prison. 18-year-old Jonathan Gaskin of Wanstead Gardens appeared before acting magistrate Sandra Rawlings this morning, but he was not allowed to plead to the indictable capital offence. He is represented by attorney-at-law Rashid Belgrave and is due back in court on October 6. Smith of Sears Court, Christchurch, was found with multiple gunshot injuries after 6 a.m. on May 24th on the hard court opposite the St. Christopher Primary School. Gaskin's four co-accused, Laurent Ford, Shavar Ward, Lamar Holder and Andre Thompson, all of Christchurch, have been charged and are currently on remand at HMP Dodds. In more news from the courts, murder-accused Damian Romel Springer of St. Jude's St. George has been remanded to prison. The 28-year-old appeared before acting magistrate Sandra Rawlings in the District A Traffic Court on several indictable charges. He allegedly murdered Sean Taylor on August 21st. He was not required to plead to that offence or another accusation of unlawfully wounding Pierre Small on the same day with intent to maim, disfigure or disable him. Springer is also accused of discharging a firearm along Gall Hill Main Road, which placed Rishon Green in danger of death or serious bodily harm. He's also alleged to have placed Shaky Green in danger of death or serious bodily harm when he reportedly discharged a firearm in Gall Hill on August 21st. He's accused of using a firearm without a valid license on that same day. Springer faces an additional charge of possessing a firearm and 12 rounds of ammunition on September 1st. He is due to appear in the Oistins Magistrates Court to answer to those charges on October 5th. But before that, he is due in the No. 2 District A Magistrates Court on October 3rd, accused of entering DV Southwinds as a trespasser on April 27 last year with intent to steal. At the time, he was also carrying a firearm. In other news this evening, House Speaker Michael Carrington wants the social partnership to contribute to the formation of a policy on crime. Carrington was delivering the weekly Astor B. Watts lecture at the headquarters of the Democratic Labour Party this afternoon. He says the social partnership has already made an input in other areas of social development and should therefore be part of any solution to crime.
The social partnership has in the past developed successful policy positions on matters such as HIV/AIDS awareness and education, occupational health and safety, and chronic non-communicable diseases, to name a few. We talk about the social partnership right now dealing with the economic matters and so on. But is it too much to ask that the social partnership also work on a comprehensive approach to the issue of crime and violence? I don't think it's too much to ask, and I want to put that on the table.
Opposition Barbados Labour Party candidate for St. Michael West, Reverend Joseph Atherley, seems likely to recapture that seat from the ruling Democratic Labour Party's Michael Carrington in the next election. A Pulse of the People random survey conducted by Barbados Today found that Atherley, who previously represented the constituency, appears set to win the support necessary for his return.
I know that from the last few years, what has been happening now, you really don't get anything done. It's a lot of stress, so I figure it's time for a different change to see what will happen when the next person comes in.
So which side you're going on?
BLP.
I will support the BLP because we are close to Mia. You know, my husband is close to his car.
Oh my godmother.
And I think the DLP is doing much for the surrounding and so.
Josie, man. Real talk. That's
These
man.
are economic times.
Yeah, you find out Joe just find something for you.
If it's something, you know what I mean?
You ain't doing work for Joe.
We put tables.
And Joe carry something for lunch. Joe carry but probably was you serve yourself.
No, forget Joe, boy, remember that night?
My lunch was $32.
Me, you know, come from crabbing. Me, you go mad. And we call you there catch crabs, we sell crabs. You know he's got to do to get crabs. We go all with muddy clothes. So we see no get out the bus. You see Joe. We shot the phone. We say phone when Joe boy will allow to get across the boy. The only problem
Don't sell word. Getting.
We got mad from we draw from mad. Man put them in the trunk. we can carry you down the road. Yeah, but he had to go drop off money for Irma cross was Scarlet right, so he tell you just gotta go drop off the money for Irma, and then he bring cross.
My baby mom.
You okay, man? We lost the week.
I belong to Carrington. Carrington belongs to Carrington.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Morning, Miss Oya.
Morning. You again. So you're washing cars now? Well, I can't keep up with you at all.
Yes, girl, you know they're going to provision to selling slow. And I don't sell nation newspapers at all because them don't sell. So I washing cars now. I like to get up before 8:30 because I can't take the hot sun. You want the car wash?
No, not today. It clean.
But you're going in very early though?
Yeah, I just going early so I can read the Barbados Today online before work starts.
Right. But you can still let me clean the vendor for the $2. At least it's still cheaper than the nation newspaper.
All right.
I got a special boo here that I got it shiny. Thank you. Enjoy your day here.
You too.
All right. What that paper is? She can see clearly when the dirt is gone.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back with news from the region, and we have an update on the impact of Hurricane Irma on the northern Leeward Islands. Those islands, as well as the Virgin Islands, St. Martin, the Turks and Caicos, Hispaniola, and the Bahamas, all took a battering from Hurricane Irma. The governor of the British Virgin Islands has declared a state of emergency in the wake of the storm. And just days after Irma's destruction, the islands are now bracing for the passage of Category 4 Hurricane Jose. A mandatory evacuation has been ordered for the island of Barbuda. Voluntary evacuations began yesterday, and some of those who left have been sharing their experience with ABS TV in St. John's.
When I was in there, the roof already gone, so me and my girlfriend was right there standing up. And she was running to the door and I told her don't touch the door. A few minutes after the door just bust open, just pop off and fly come straight towards us. And I have to shield off the door with my hand and hold the door and use the door to shield us. And we fell up and we come out, spin around in the air, drop back on the house, break down the walls. Cave in on us, but I have the door shielding us a kind of way, and that was safer.
It was my girlfriend and my two daughters inside her sister's house. All them sleeping, me not sleeping, because when they come night, I don't sleep, especially when things going on. Me want to be the one up. So when I lie down, me hear the wolf, I go on kind of hug. So I tell my girlfriend, look, I have to move from here. So when the weather hold up, we have to keep up.
That's like when the eye pass.
Yeah, it will pass. Yeah. I'll keep up my two daughters.
And weather forecasters predict that Irma will hit Florida on Sunday. Over the past couple of days, residents were being encouraged to seek safe shelter ahead of the passage of the powerful storm. And today, Governor Rick Scott issued a stark warning that time is running out. And in this Reuters report, we get a comparison of Hurricane Andrew, which struck 25 years ago, and what the state is now doing to secure life and property.
A city that was flattened by one hurricane 25 years ago hopes it's strong enough to withstand another.
I'm Andy Sullivan in Homestead, Florida, a city that was nearly wiped off the map by Hurricane Andrew back in 1992. Since then, the city has rebuilt and expanded dramatically from a farm town to a Miami exurb of more than 60,000 people. What were once potato fields are now subdivisions, and all this new construction needs to adhere to some of the tightest building codes in the country, including City Hall behind me. They need special hurricane-resistant glass and cables to tie the roof to the foundation so it's less likely to blow off in high winds.
Those standards also apply elsewhere across South Florida, like in downtown Miami, where construction cranes have to be able to withstand winds of up to 145 miles per hour. That, in theory, should limit damages, but there's a lot more to get damaged than there was back in 1992. The population has grown by 1/3 since then, and total property is now worth more than $1.2 trillion. Hurricane Andrew was the costliest storm in U.S. history. One insurer estimates that Hurricane Irma is likely to do twice the damage this time.
That's news this evening. For more, you can log on to our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and on Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Have a good evening.